We see so many games released every day that it's impossible to check out every single one, so that's why I'm here. I'm that indie games guy, and we'll be taking a look over some hidden gems that you might have missed last month. These might be games that are fantastic, but not many people have spotted them, like this channel, so I say we deep dive into 12 hidden gems that we might have missed. Let me know in the comments below if you've played any of these games, and let the show begin. A game that has been released from the creators of Monster Train, and has just completed its early access period and celebrated its 1.0 build. This is Inkbound, a tactical turn-based roguelike where all the written magical words have come to life, and we need to quest out to save the Amphium. Whilst this is a turn-based combat, Inkbound is turning things up with allowing us to move around instead of just having to be stationary and awaiting to be attacked. Use movement to your advantage as you'll be able to get into better positions for different attacks, move out of the way of area of effect spells, and ensure you're always one step ahead. Inkbound is also multiplayer. You'll be able to play simultaneously, as you can pull out all the moves to combine and create ultra attacks to ensure the monsters stay down. Speaking of multiplayer, the game allows you to create a party of up to 4 people, all being able to choose different classes that will allow you to create the best group to push forward and win. Inkbound will have you saving stories, one book at a time, but this won't be a walk in the park. You'll need to be prepared to face multiple losses before you can finally get the run that sees you through to the final boss. Make sure your quill is inked when you finally get there, as it's time to update the story to happily ever after. Normal factory building games have you trying to build a massive working and running factory from within some brick and mortar, but not everything can fit inside of this normal building. Space buildings definitely wouldn't fit, so in Final Factory, this takes building to the next level. Final Factory is a base building exploration sandbox that will have you using space as your canvas as you build your factory. Your aim is to build a massive spacefaring factory that will be able to travel along with you as you explore the cosmos. The map is infinitely generated, so you'll never reach the end of space, if such a thing even exists. On your travels, you'll encounter alien ships who aren't too happy about your massive factory and try and take you down. Make sure you have enough defences to protect the factory you love, as you won't want to see any harm being done to them. The game has so many awesome buildings that I've never heard of or would even begin to imagine or believe. I'm talking structures that will surround a star to harness its power. That's really making the most of solar panels. Final Factory has been released into early access, which they plan to keep the game in for the next 18 months, and they have grand plans for the game. Currently it has a campaign which will span around 30 to 50 hours, and with some updates, we hope to see multiplayer being added, so you and friends can travel space together and ensure the factory stays as one. We have a mobile game that has been released onto Steam, and considering I'd never heard of this game, I'm surprised at how big it has already become over the last few years. This is Sky, Children of the Light, a heartwarming MMO that's all about curing the world from darkness, one candle at a time. Oh, and this game is also being brought to you by the creators of Journey, one of the most beautiful games I have ever played. Explore to your heart's content, as this world has been made with love in mind. This is a social MMO, meaning the game wants you to interact with the other players flying around. As in Sky, Children of the Light, we don't have PvP. No fighting, just exploring, and seeing this stunning world for yourself. Why not grab a friend and go exploring together, see the world and just talk about anything as you enjoy this time to catch up. Sky, Children of the Light is something you don't see every day. A social MMO is a lot more on the chiller side of gaming, where you can explore, solve puzzles, and aim to complete a linear questline without the worry of griefers or trolls. This is selling to be a lovely game who just wants to keep the peace as the main objective. The game is currently free to play, but does have pesky microtransactions, so it's down to you if you decide that this peaceful journey is one you wish to make. We're turning back the clock here and heading back to World War II, heading to Europe as we engage in battles that will take great grit and determination to win. This is Headquarters, World War II, a turn-based strategy game that will allow you to play as the USA, the UK, or the Germans, as you'll be able to play as both sides within this war. I'm very used to games like Company of Heroes, where it's a real-time strategy, but with this being a turn-based action, it's a little different to what I'd normally expect from a large battle war game. This allows for more strategy with you needing to think where would be the best place for units to go, and also ensuring cover is all around you. Cover will be your unit's best friend if you wish for them to survive. I'd say this has a lot more in common with XCOM with the cover rating, the hit percentage, and so on. The units are the life force of your army. Ensure you protect them, as if you lose any person within a unit, you'll get a negative trait assigned to them, which will make keeping them alive even harder. If you lose a gunner of a tank, your damage will be reduced. If you lose a leader, your morale will go down. Headquarters World War II is all about keeping your cool and thinking 5 steps ahead, as you face against AI in skirmishes and real people in 2v2 battles that will have you really thinking what is the best way to attack and ensure victory for your party. Free-to-play party games are normally a fantastic evening of playing with friends or finding new people to possibly play with online, and this next game is an absolute hoot. This is Slapshot Rebound, a physics-based hockey game where it's as simple as hitting the puck into the goal. Slapshot is all about practice makes perfect. You'll start as nothing but a rookie, but over time, you'll start to climb the Slapshot leaderboard and show them that you're the best hockey player the world has ever seen. Well, maybe that's not your story. The game does feature a training mode to better yourself in certain situations, custom game lobbies for when you want to play some more chilled out mini games, and the main feature, which is a free versus free match. Slapshot will be a free-to-play game forever, with the only monetary items being cosmetic. They will add nothing to the game except you looking pretty cool. No pay to win here. Slapshot Rebound will be a fantastic game to boot up if you're not sure what to play and see how much better you'll be able to get. I've never played ice hockey, but I'll be down to give this game a try to see how good I could get. It's pretty easy to ice skate, right? In most games, a game has taken inspiration from real-world locations. They put us in out-of-worldly environments, or they literally have us play in a place that we could go visit. But what if a game offered you anywhere in the world as your starting position? This is Infection Free Zone, a post-apocalyptic base building zombie survival, where you can choose your very own city or town as the base to start your game. Just think, you could turn a building you walk past every single day into your headquarters. This is actually blowing my mind. Choose a city and pick a place to start defending. You'll need to start to secure the outer buildings and push out to increase the area of your little safe zone, allowing more people to enter and to start rebuilding a community. But this won't be so easy. Hordes might attack your base every night. You'll need to pick somewhere good with good defenses if you're to survive. But zombies aren't your only threat. Other humans might not like the idea of you having this big area or having more resources. Will you be ready to point your gun at another person? Infection Free Zone has been released into early access, and it still does sadly have a number of bugs to fix. It seems like updates are being released regularly, but this might be one of those to keep an eye on and wait for more fixes to be released. It's going to be an amazing zombie survival game once they've ironed out all the issues, and I can't wait to pick my home city to see if I can defend it well. We have another turn-based combat game, but this one is giving us something fresh. This is Anomaly Collapse, a turn-based roguelike that has you fighting on a one-dimensional battlefield, but will allow you to move your troops throughout the enemies to get into better positions for certain moves. You'll always be needing to think about your next move and how to survive when surrounded. You'll get to play as cute but also serious furry animals, each with different abilities and classes that will allow you to have powerful traits. You can include a captain and 2 followers per run that will upgrade as you play them. The game is all about playing to unlock, Do you want to become a more powerful fox? Make sure that you select that character when playing to ensure they level up and get new abilities to use. Collect artifacts on your run that will be usable as your journey continues. Make sure to save them for when the time is right, as they might just save your little furry life. Anomaly Collapse is an amazing roguelike that will have you ready to jump into action when the time is right. Make sure you position yourself and your team to deal as much damage as possible, and be wary of the terrain changing around you. This planet is known to change. And now we move along to the final game on our list. This is our Adventurer Guild, a party-based management RPG that has you becoming a new guildmaster for the Adventurers Guild, and you'll need to lead your adventurers on expeditions and missions in a turn-based combat environment. This is where everyone in an isekai anime ends up, and has to work for money. Make sure you treat them well. The guild is currently crumbling after the previous master passed away, and you've been named as the successor, and it's under your leadership that you'll have to attempt to bring it back to its former glory. You'll need to run the guild from the top, ensure the adventurers you send on quests are the best for the job, and they have enough supplies to survive. Train adventurers to become legends as you choose from different classes for them, apply points in a skill tree, and ensure they survive in a turn-based combat. Our Adventurer Guild is basically the game for the times we don't see in anime. The moments where the main character has gone off, but the rest of the folks still need to tackle the everyday quests, as monsters don't just relax when the camera isn't in the city anymore. Make sure to treat your adventurers right, as they'll ensure your guild climbs the ranks and becomes a thing of beauty once more. And that's the end of the hidden gems that were released last week. Let me know in the comments if you'll be playing any of these games, and thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you all next time. Bye bye.